Hello everyone, happy new month. Welcome to the month of November. We are gradually getting to the end of the year and warming up for the preparation of our new taxing regime. But before we go further, how is your E-Invoicing initiative coming on? We just passed 1st of November just 2 days ago. That was the deadline given by the FRS. Or has any other directive been issued? You recall where we're coming from. Early adopters were encouraged to start as late as last year. Then sometimes during the year, the timeline was set for 1st of July. And at some point, it was moved again, I think, to August, and then moved to November. And now we are in November today, being the 4th day of November. So I should ask you, how is your e-invoicing initiative? How is it coming up? And that's what we're going to be discussing today for the benefit of those that would be considered laggard. You have still not come on board that initiative, or it's still sounding to you like, what are they even talking about? You are following this channel, so don't bother. Let me expose you to what this e-invoicing initiative is about. So you may also have heard about it as fiscalization. Don't worry about the big grammar. Let's just break it down. So the government is trying to increase visibility, that they have to transactions that businesses conduct among one another or even with individuals. Recall that last month we dwelt on the concept of value-added tax. This is also stemming from that because, as you would see, there are a lot of objectives at the back of the mind of government, and we will spend a bit of time to talk about that. But to understand what the fiscalization regime is talking about, government is changing how invoices should be shared between parties. We've been used to sending our regular Word document invoice. You type your invoice on Word, or you do it on PDF and you share with the party that wants to pay. Government is trying to change that system to a platform that is controlled by government, that government is a party to. It's a platform of the government. It's called the MBS platform, the Merchant Buyer Solution Platform. And the intent is that all players would have the exchange of their invoicing facilitated by that platform. So you may wonder, what is the policy objective for all this? Number one, I've mentioned increased visibility. Remember that it was only recently that government announced that tax to GDP is now reaching around 13.5%. Nigeria stood around 6%, below 10% for a very long time. So the concern has been, you have the population as a country, but how many people, how many entities are tax compliant? Yeah, we might have our reasons for not wanting to comply. We're not going to go into all of that contentious issue. Some people have argued that I'm not getting anything from government. Whether or not you are right, I personally don't think that's correct, because you need a level of stability for the country to even continue to run. While I also acknowledge that we have a lot of issues. We have a lot of things undone. But the argument that some people have maintained is that I'm not getting anything from the government, quote unquote, so I don't need to pay my taxes. So the tax net, you've had only fewer people in the net. With increased visibility, meaning government is a part of the transaction, it can see the transaction. What that means is that you have more players within the tax net. With more players within the tax net comes more tax revenue. So that is one objective. The other objective is also to simplify audit process. Now, revenue, how much money you've made. Oh, I made this money, I sold these goods, I did not sell, I sold this. It used to be a major issue when it comes to audits. In fact, the tax authorities will spend huge amount of time reconciling issues that border on revenue, credit and all of that. With this platform, right, the time spent on those kind of reconciliations will drastically, reduce. The official date, like I said, was set for 1st of November, except there's another directive that has been issued. And the threshold, interestingly, unlike some other countries, like the UAE, like several other African countries that have started this initiative that just wanted everybody to comply, Nigeria set a threshold of 5 billion naira. So if your revenue is not up to 5 billion, this is not your worry just yet. And it's interesting, to know that. So if your revenue is not up to 5 billion, you don't need to worry about this yet. Are there clear penalties if I don't comply? The government, in the new law, the government had put some penalties if you do not transmit your invoices, through the platform. But what exactly does compliance even entail? Let me break it down in 1 minute before we close the curtain. You have your ERP, the platform with which you transact, your enterprise resource planning, platform that you use as a company. There is a MBS platform, the merchant buyer solution platform that I had mentioned, that facilitates, the exchange of the invoice. Then the government had appointed some parties as access point providers, that would assist in the transmission of those invoices. And all of these things would happen in split seconds. Now, depending on the kind of ERP that a qualifying company would have, you might need to have a system integrator. A system integrator is just that party who will work on your ERP and ensure alignment of your ERP with the government's platform, and then that and his own work, stops there. So everyone acknowledges the fact that this is new, to the Nigerian taxing and regulation framework, but globally, this is not new. Even in Africa, there are countries, like Kenya, that have already adopted this, and Nigeria is also latching onto it. So I say it again, if you have not started taking any step, and you're not asking any question about it, and you meet that threshold, you are running your business on the wrong side of the law. And if you are following this channel, you should not be caught doing that. So start taking the necessary steps that you need to take towards ensuring absolute compliance with the provisions of the law. Until I come your way again, I remain Oladejo Adeyemi. My name has not changed. And this is Insight with Oladejo. Bye.